So I'm going to do a video on combining like terms, and this is probably one of the easier topics, but it causes all sorts of problems, and there's a few reasons for that, and I'm going to get into it. One of the reasons why is because if you try to use a real-world application, sometimes people get a little bit mixed up. So I'm going to use one regardless, and I'm going to say, all right, well, if I had 3 apples and 2 pears, and I went grocery shopping, that's what I bought. I came home and I found out that my friend bought 4 apples and 5 pears. What do we have? Well, you can see I'm going to combine my apples with my apples, and I have 3 plus 4 apples. And I'm going to combine my pears with my pears. So I have 2 plus 5 pears. Now that gives me 7 apples and 7 pears. Alright, so that seems very basic, and really it is. If I was going to do this algebraically, I might just say 3a plus 2p plus 4a plus 5p.
Peter, we just want to come down here.
Now, if I use the commutative property, I could... that's not true.
Let me have my backpack.
I could swap these two and say 3a plus 4a plus 2p plus 5p, and that gives me 7a plus 7p. Now, if you're just seeing this for the first time, you might be saying, well, that doesn't seem terribly difficult. So I'm going to explain why students sometimes struggle with this. And here we go. I'll do this in a nice screen. So let's say I had something a little bit trickier. Let's say I had 6m plus 4n minus 5 minus 3m plus 2n. Well, what you have to do is you have to combine your like terms. So I'm going to look for all my m's. So I'm going to say, well, I have 6 m's here. And a lot of students will do this. They'll say, oh, I have 3 m's here. That's not entirely true. What you have is you have negative 3 m's. So 6 minus 3 m's. Then I have 4n, positive 4n, and positive 2n. And a lot of times students will just say 4n plus 2n. And they'll completely ignore the fact that there should be an addition sign there. And then finally, I just have one constant. I have a negative 5. So that gives me 6 minus 3 is 3 m's. I have 4n plus 2n, which is 6 n's, and a negative 5. Alright? Now I'm going to do one last one. Nope, that's not what I want. I'm going to do one last one. And by me, I'm going to say, I'm going to give you some time to try it on your own and see what you get. So let's see what happens when I say combining like terms. I'm going to give you one last one. And like I said, please be mindful of the signs. So if I said negative 5m plus 2n minus 3n plus m minus 4 plus 6. Now, if you're... Ooh, help yourself. If you're doing this at your house, put it on pause and try it out. And now I'm going to show you what I get. I'm going to circle my negative 5m and my positive m. And the reason why this is important is because although there's nothing written, it's really 1. So I have a negative 5 and a positive 1 m. When I combine my n's, I have plus 2n and minus 3n. Well, I'm going to rewrite that the other way. 2 minus 3n plus, and now I have a negative 4 and a positive 6. So negative 5 and a positive 1 gives me a negative 4m. 2 minus 3 gives me a negative 1n. And negative 4 and a positive 6 gives me a negative 2. Well, this looks a little funny. Because adding a negative is the same as subtracting, I'm going to clean this up. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So I'm going to make this as this. And that's it. I hope this video helps. Good luck. And if you got it, proceed to the next video.